Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 17. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, the couples are still at this retreat, okay? 7 days until decision day. Oh my goodness. How many more episodes until we get there? Okay, like, oh my goodness, child. Woo! Anywho, we see Airris is at the house talking about how it feels different with Jasmine and Duchess not there. I'm sure the bed was cozy because I'm trying to figure out what's different. Okay, you don't care when they're there, but now you care when they're not. Anywho, Jasmine is still talking about being the seventh wheel. Girl gone. Nicole is still in a little alone time while Chris is asleep. Look like he's snoring. He's happy to have some quiet, child. He like, ooh, she out the bed. He got the snoring and whatever. I'm just kidding, Nicole. I'm just kidding. Gina and Clint are waking up looking like a couple, reminiscing on the night before, not knowing that she's secretly judging him. And we're going to get into that in a minute. Okay? Clint needs a little pick-me-up after cutting the rug all night. You know, he was having fun. It was the 80s and whatnot. So Shaq and Kirsten and Nicole and Chris go to take old photos in the next scene. So they start picking out their wardrobe and Shaq and Chris start talking. And he's like, you know, everybody thinks that you guys are so great, but we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I said, not Shaq with the shade. Shaq up there like, y'all ain't perfect. Shaq said, y'all ain't perfect. I know that's right, Shaq, honey. Call it like you see it, okay? Meanwhile, Nicole is telling Kirsten about the living situation. She was like, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with our living situation. We want to find a nice house in a good area that will take 3 dogs. It's really hard. We don't know what we're going to do. Child, day has turned to night. And so then she asked Kirsten, have you guys talked about what's going to happen after this? She was like, no, we have not. She was like, yeah, we're trying to figure out if we're going to stay married. Nicole, they cannot talk about hypotheticals right now. They ain't got no time. Back over with Shaq. He's telling Chris that Kirsten wants to stay up all night and talk when he has to be up in the next few hours. And so she's mad because he don't want to stay up all night long. Ma'am, nobody has time to stay up and have confession sessions. He does not sell homes. He cannot make his own schedule. He got to be up when the people say to be up. Girl. So the ladies come out of the saloon all dolled up. Nicole and Kirsten looked really good. They looked awesome. I was like, okay, girls, y'all looking good. So they took these little cute photos, and I actually love those types of photos and those types of photo shoots. So I thought it was cute. Okay. It was giving snooze fest, but it was still cute. In the next scene, everyone is going lumberjacking. Okay. And I can expect Clint to act up. Y'all know every time it's time for an excursion, Clint gon' act up. So he was feeling a little under the weather though today because he had had too much to drink the night before. So they're doing axe throwing, speed climbing. The way that man scaled that tree, this was not what I was expecting. I said, what is happening? Baby, he went up that tree so fast that I blinked and he was already coming down. I said, okay. I was expecting them to chop down some trees, honey. I was expecting Paul Bunyan in them, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. So they started doing all these activities. Clint had to sit it out. Okay. Especially the tree climbing. It was too much moonshine and he wasn't going to be able to do it. Jasmine gets up on that tree. That girl knows she can climb. Do y'all hear me? She beat Airris when they were doing the rock climbing, and now she is scaling this tree. She was like, I just wish Airris was here. I mean, he would have been so great. Not really. Girl, he let you beat him on a faux wall. Okay. Y'all were rock climbing and he didn't do anything. So I'm pretty sure this tree would have had him stumped. No pun intended. So anywho, she was like, yeah, I mean, it may have turned him on. I mean, my butt looked really good in that harness. You did look really good in that harness, but would it have turned him on? Absolutely not. Because he finds fault in everything. So they started talking about Airris, and when they got down, big up in Jasmine. And she was like, yeah, I mean, I kind of missed him. So it's Shaq, Jasmine, and Nicole. They're on one side talking. Then you have Chris, Kirsten, and Gina on the other side talking. So they're all telling her, yeah, Airris, he was really big up in you in front of everybody. It was just so crazy. So Jasmine is like, I mean, I'm just thinking, do I not turn him on? He's saying all these nice things about me. Do I not turn him on to have a woman like this? The short answer would be no. Okay. And what did he say to you besides you are willing to put up with his BS? And he gives you a round of applause because you didn't run and head to the border. Girl, what exactly did he say good? I don't know. Maybe I'm just expecting more. Okay. I'm just expecting more. But if my Jasmine is happy, I'm happy. Okay. I am happy, however, that he's not constantly reminding us or her how he's not attracted to her anymore. So I will give him that. Airris now. I'm going to go and give you that. So Jasmine was like, yeah, I was very happy last night. Well, you know what, Jasmine, if you're happy, then I'm happy. Because it's not my relationship. And it's not for me to find fault in what you and Airris have going on. If he want to say nice things and you think they're nice and you accept them as nice and it's making you feel good because I hate to see you feel sad, then I am happy that you are happy. And that's just that on that. Moving forward. So then Shaq brings up Kirsten going to work and how they're working things out and they want to do things together and all this kind of stuff, child. I don't know what he was talking about. He said it's hard to make all these life decisions in such a short time, but they're working toward being best friends and really making their marriage work. So Nicole goes, well, me and Chris, we're working towards after decision day because, we're both so rational and our love bubble was created to make the most sense for us. Nicole, y'all may have just as big a problem as the other couples because you are a wet rug and he's a people pleaser. I'd rather see the real. Now, I give Airris a hard time, honey, but the real is coming out. And pretty soon, you and Chris are going to implode. Okay, because y'all just tiptoeing around each other, and that's not how it works. But if you say so, back over here with Gina. She's like, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty easygoing, and I don't point things out. But, Clint was drunk last night, and he couldn't find his pajamas. And so Kirsten was like, yeah, but you take really good care of him. She's like, yeah, I mean, I care about him. But if you were to ask anyone if they wanted that, they would say, no. They wouldn't be like, oh, I can't wait to get that guy. You know what? Gina is really a piece of work and wrong as two left shoes. Because as a matter of fact, I would love a man that likes to have a good time and feel safe enough around me to let his hair down on his birthday and have a few drinks where he doesn't have to drive. He was going nowhere. So if he wants to let loose, if he wants to be footloose and fancy free in the 80s, then let him. And yes, I would love a man who after that gets up to make cinnamon toast crunch French toast for an entire group of people and makes the best of me being crappy and only worrying about my damn self. And the only emotion that he's seen from me didn't even involve him and he still liked me. Actually, yes, I would. I would. Girl, goodbye. She always has such negative things to say about him and it is irritating me. Okay, it is really irritating me. Girl, just say no. Back over with him, he's like, yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. No, there is not, Clint. There will be no possibilities. Honey, shout out to Nene. Moving forward. She's like, yeah, I really don't see me as a wife because he doesn't go out of his way to impress me. Ma'am, you didn't even want to live with the man. You act like you want him to sit and sulk. What is he supposed to do? He's making the best of the situation. Get on board or get left behind. It's just as simple as that. In the next scene, we see Shaq and Kirsten. They go out to have a little one-on-one talk and they're talking and she's talking about how they only have conversations sometimes. And he's like, what you mean sometimes? You mean all the time? And she's like, no. He said it's not a need for him to have conversations, but she said it is a need for her to have it. She said she would say no on decision day because he can't meet her needs. But what are your needs? What are your needs? Because at this point, y'all both just want each other's attention. He wants you attached to the hip at every single trip that he has to take. Get ready to stay packed, live out of your suitcase, and get your Mile High Club on because Shaquille wants his wife with him. You want to stay up all damn night and talk. So if you want to stay up and talk, you will not be talking through Zoom. You will be talking in the bed next to your husband. Both of you are saying the same thing. Get it together or leave it alone. Moving forward. In the next scene, Gina and Clint are sitting out. They're talking. And so Gina tells him that one of her stylists quit via text. She's like, yeah, I mean, I got stern with her and now she wants to be her own boss. Child, not Gina being more teary-eyed over the stylist in home marriage. Anywho, Clint was really supportive of her, giving her words of encouragement and wisdom and whatnot. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I've really grown attached to her. She's like family. Now, I do understand at certain points when you are the boss that they become like family. But girl, like I always say, girl, gone. So then she goes, is this the first time that you've seen me cry? He said, yeah. She said, well, I'm human. Well, I'm glad we found out, because I was about to give you one of those verification quizzes and ask you to click every box you see with a traffic light in it, because I ain't know if you were human or not. Every time Clint speaks, you look crazy. She did say she realized in that moment that Clint was a great listener, and it's something that she wants. Gina, I don't give a damn, because everything you say something all right in your confessional, and then you take 2 steps back. So I don't know what you got going on. Chris and Nicole. So they're playing miniature golf. Okay? Miniature golf. Who can be mad and or upset over the age of 12 while you play miniature golf? Nicole, that's who. I'll tell you who. It's Nicole. So Nicole is having a hard time. She doesn't want to play anymore. She's like, yeah, I have flipped over Monopoly boards before. He's like, are you having any fun? Oh my gosh, Nicole, life isn't going to be about everything you're great at. It is okay. You're just having silly, mindless fun with your husband. What is the problem? She's like, yeah, I avoid things I'm not good at. I'm trying to be a good sport. So he was trying to help. She's like, no, I would just appreciate it if you would just let me take this as a learning lesson. And baby, Nicole will sober up the drunkest man. Do you hear me? She is always so negative about everything. And what exactly is this becoming for you? What kind of teachable moment is this for you? Because I really feel like you haven't learned a thing, Nicole. So Airris is back. Hey, sir. So he was like, actually, I missed her and I was a little bit surprised by it. Okay, maybe we making some progress. Let's see. So they start to play Connect 4, and Jasmine asked about his work trip. He starts giving imaginary details, honey, because he ain't fooling me. So they're playing, and she's telling him that she won the climbing. He's like, oh, that's what's up. Okay, that's cool. No emotion whatsoever. So she was like, yeah, everybody was singing your praises for the kind words that you said about me. And, I was just so happy that you said the kind words. He's like, yeah, well, my goal is to make you cry. Well, honey, you were already successful at that. Okay. You were already succeeding. Okay. You have a gold star. But what were you trying to accomplish by telling her what you told her the other night? Okay. Because I'm lost. These two have zero chemistry. Outside of Airris saying that he isn't attracted to Jasmine, they have absolutely no chemistry. But it's great that she seems so positive and optimistic about her marriage, but they just don't have any chemistry. In the next scene, Shaq and Kirsten are going home early because he has to go home for work. And he's like, it really feels good that she's doing it because she wants to do it and not just because, I'm telling her about it. Now, she ain't doing it because she want to do it. She doing it because she don't want another FaceTime from your mama. Okay? Keep your mama off the line. She don't want to talk to your mama. So they sit down to have one final meal. And so Shaquille asks what they've learned. And Airris said that he learned to take it one day at a time. Gina said, to wake up each day with gratitude. Girl, she said, I'm really thankful that we're all just pushing through because like Dom and McKinley, they just gave up so easily. And, it's just easy to be like, okay, we could easily give up, but we're all pressing through. Yes, you're pressing through for 19 weeks, honey. 19 whole weeks. Please stop pressing through, honey. We don't want to see them all pressing. Press, honey. We don't need them all press. So Jasmine was like, I've learned to just be optimistic and not worry about trying to figure out everything. Kirsten said someone once told her, be where your feet are. Let me tell y'all something. I love that. I love that. And I'm being so serious. Like with phones and everyone always recording, it's hard to stay in the moment. So the fact that she said that, it just kind of like set a light bulb off in my head. Like, you know what? Be present. Be present. So they start playing this card game that Jasmine brought. And Nicole got her first question. And it says, what do you like the least about me? Now, Chris, go in easy. Because you already know this is Nicole. He said how hard she is on herself. She was like, okay, so what do you like most about me? Let's move on. Shaquille asked Kirsten, what is her favorite imperfection? Calling at mama. But let's see what she got to say. She said him listening to her. Okay. He said that his favorite imperfection of hers is that she used to get overwhelmed, but now she takes a beat and she can answer the questions. Airris got the question, what do you think the hardest thing is for him? Jasmine says that he always finds something wrong. He said for him it's that she doesn't speak up. Girl, he wants you to cuss him out. Just get him one good time. Baby, I bet he jump your bones so good. Just cuss him out one good time. See, it takes a woman like me for Airris, because I'm going to get him all the way together. But don't get any bright ideas, airhead, okay, because I'm not interested, okay, at all. So Clint pulled a card, and it says, when did I hurt you? She was like, I mean, you really haven't. On that honeymoon, but we just going to act like she going to pretend like you never hurt her. He said, he wants her to put the phone down. That's when she hurts him. She's always preoccupied with the phone and doesn't pay attention when the two of them are talking. So Shaquille and Kirsten, they have to hit the road because it's getting late. And the rest of the couples hit the hot tub. So Clint is popping champagne like he won a championship ring. When I tell you, Clint was popping bottles and splashing that champagne all over everybody. Now, Clint, I did notice that you watched Jasmine's hair. Because we don't need no reverting. Baby, Jasmine was covering that head up for dear life. Side note, Jasmine, baby, do not worry about Airhead. You looked awesome in that orange bikini. I said, give it to him. Okay? And he didn't look her in the eye, but he looked her in the ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But he did kind of take a little glance. I said, girl, give him something he can feel, honey. Listen, Jasmine, because this is what I noticed about you in that hot tub. You got to learn to loosen up a little bit. You really have to loosen up, because Clint asked the question, where is the craziest place that you've ever had sex? He's trying to lighten the mood, and she's like, well, I'm no prude, but not anything I want to talk about in conversation. And that's the problem right there. Listen, I'm not saying you need to conform to fit anything that Airris has to say, but every man wants somebody that's a little bit feisty. Like, have some life about you. Sex it up a little bit. Everybody wants a sex pot every now and again. Give him a little sex kitten. You should have gave him a tease. But I would have made something up. I had sex on the Eiffel Tower. Ain't no damn way, but I would have said it. I would have said it. But the whole time that Clint is asking questions, Gina is looking like she's cringing and like she don't want to be bothered, like she's embarrassed. Ma'am, he should be embarrassed by you. Acting like you cringe. And this is the perfect place to have that kind of conversation. Where should y'all be talking about it? If it wasn't for him, nobody would watch this season. Girl, moving forward. So it's the last night at the retreat. Everyone is turning in. Gina can't wait to get back to that salon. Nicole and Chris are laying in bed talking. Charlotte went to go take a refreshing beverage break. Always Coca-Cola. Still looking for that sponsorship. 6 days until decision day. So it's the next morning. Gina and Clint are talking. So she was like, what is your favorite part? Like, what was your favorite part about the retreat? He said pretty much everything, especially his birthday party. He had a good old time. Gina was like, yeah, I like the dinners and the wife advice that we all got. So Clint starts with the whole thing. You know how they always say, we're family. This is a unique experience. It's like a fraternity or a sorority. No one will ever know what we've gone through. You know how they do that every season, child. He said he feels recharged after being away for a while, and there's still hope. Clint, do not hold your breath. In the next scene, Clint is throwing down in the kitchen. Do you hear me? Cinnamon Toast Crunch French toast. Child, say that 3 times fast. Lox and bagels, scrambled eggs, your choice of mimosa or pancetta. And if you don't know what a pancetta is, it's cranberry juice and champagne instead of the orange juice. And I mean, he just got all kinds of stuff. Meanwhile, Gina is still thinking about his gingery features. I'm getting annoyed. Girl, it's right in front of you. I don't understand. Inside, Nicole is trying to figure out what they're doing with the living situation. Chris is being all vague while she's trying to make sure that they get it settled before decision day. Ma'am, he doesn't want to live with you or talk about living with you. Read the room. So then she comes up with this great idea to dress in dinosaur outfits for breakfast. Girl, what in the Jurassic Park in the woods is going on here? What's wrong with you, Nicole? Chris don't really want to do it, but he does it to appease her. Nicole, this is an epic fail. It really is. when she comes out, they're dressed like little baby T-Rexes, and honey, it's giving Jurassic Park. She's like, see, this is what marriage is. Like, he didn't want to do it, but he did. Nicole, stop acting like you and Chris are the poster child. Y'all give me none of the feels. None. It's definitely not giving what you're thinking it's giving, honey. It's just not. And I can see these two crashing and burning if Nicole don't stop this and if Chris don't speak up. Like, just say what you want. Chris, you're going to start to resent her, and it's going to be your own fault because you have to say no sometimes. Nicole would have got a resounding no from me. I probably would have sang it. Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no. Baby, the way I would have said no, absolutely not. So now that that's over, it's time to eat. So Jasmine says grace. Amen. Clint has cooked every single meal, and it looked good too. And no meal will be complete without questions. So Clint is asking what they will need for decision day in order to say yes. Airris said for her to speak up. You know that's a lie, child. She could speak up all day till she blue in the face. You still probably gonna say no. She said for him to continue to create a safe space for her to speak up. Chris said no more dinosaur outfits, and he mean that, honey. He mean it. Nicole said working out post decision day. Did y'all catch how they panned the camera over to Jasmine and she was looking like, oh my gosh, but she quickly cleaned it up? If you didn't see it, go back and watch it, because y'all know I pay attention to everything unless I'm getting a refreshing beverage break because I don't want to hear Nicole and Chris talking circles. But go back and watch that part. She was looking like, girl, hush. But her face was saying it all. Anywho, Gina said a bunch of fluff. I'm sure she's going to be trying to get that stylist back before she says anything on decision day. Clint is the glue that is holding this season together, even though Nicole thinks it's her. Ma'am, it's not you. So everyone packs up and hits the road. And of course, Jasmine is chauffeuring her king, while Gina, who doesn't want to even breathe the same air as Clint, is sitting pretty in the passenger seat. Gina, count your blessings, because you could be driving Miss Airris. Shout out to Dr. Peppers. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below if you happen to watch this episode. If you didn't, I gave you the play-by-play with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.